Hello, I'm Kirsten, and I'm here at the Edgerton Public Library. This week, for our first reading adventure, I wanted to bring you into our meeting room and show you a few things that you'll find in our first reading adventure packet and some book ideas for you. So I am going to flip my camera. Maybe I can't. Camera and show you what we have for you this week. We have a reading adventure packet for you to pick up and take home. And inside you'll find a craft to make an alligator, an astronaut challenge packet, and our first week for a new book you can put together, writing a story each week that's going to feature a letter of the alphabet. So this week we're going to start with letter A. And I've also pulled some books to share with you that all have to do with the letter A. Perhaps this would be a good week to read a book about astronomy. We have some books in our 500 section about astronomy. We're entering the season of fall. Great time to read about apples or alligators. So those are just a few nonfiction ideas that have to do with the letter A. I pulled some books from our chapter book section that are all written by an author whose last name starts with the letter A. If you haven't read a book by the author Avi, I would highly recommend it, and this might be a great time to do so. Ragweed and Poppy is Avi's newest book, and you can see by this book, Crispin, this author's won a lot of medals for his writing. Katherine Applegate is another author I would recommend in the letter A's. Wish Tree is her newest book, although she's got a new one coming out soon. And Home of the Brave is one that maybe your teachers are going to recommend for you to read, about the lost boys of Sudan. It's a great story. We have a new chapter book series in our author, Tom Swift Inventors Academy. I think we have 4 books in this series, and I've pulled a few. But this is a new addition to our library. While you're browsing books, you might see a sticker like this on the spine of the book. That green 7 means that we added it this year in the 7th month, which is July. So it's a pretty new book for us. Also in our A section, not really the author, but the subject, we have our American Girl books, and we have a lot of those. Some are about particular dolls and their books. But we also have some mysteries or some like choose your own adventure books published by American Girl Press. So check those out in the A section. I also want to point out a couple new databases we've added to our library. Creative Bug is one that you can log on with your library card and take craft classes, get craft patterns or craft ideas. And there are things for kids and adults. There's a special kids section. We've also added a database called BrainFuse, and this has online virtual tutoring. So if you need some homework help and your parents are kind of struggling to help you, you can log on to this. There's also tutorials, sample lessons, a lot of good school help on BrainFuse. And maybe there's a book that you need and our library's closed or you can't get it right away. We have 2 different ways you can download books, audio books and ebooks, Libby and Hoopla, both available with your library card. And if you need some help with those, just give us a call at the library. We're happy to help. I'm excited to tell you about something new that we're going to be adding to our library this week. They're called LaunchPads, and we are adding 11 of these. They're self-contained, see if I can open it here, self-contained tablet that has a lot of games and activities on it. On the back you'll find out the different apps that are on there. You don't need Wi-Fi, you don't have to download anything. And we again are adding 11 of these. They're for different ages. So from what I've heard though, kids of all ages will probably enjoy all of them, but you can check those out beginning the middle of this week. Okay. So again, I hope you'll find something to read at our library. We miss seeing you in this program room. I'm going to give you a little scan of how it looks now. We're storing our toys and games in here. until we're able to have people back in for programs. We're doing a virtual morning program for preschoolers, so you can see I've got that set up here. And then we're doing some prep work for future reading adventure packets. So I hope to see you this week to pick up your first reading adventure packet, focused on the letter A, and hopefully you'll take home some books. Okay? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Bye.